Hello. Come on down. Take an inhale and exhale, lower down. And then at first, just take a full body stretch. Let's welcome this body to movement and get doggy kisses. Hello. And then take a little inhale to prepare. Let your feet up on an imaginary table. And we're going to do crisscross to start. Take your right shoulder to your left knee and take your opposite, so your opposite elbow to knee and rotate. Could anyone see what I was cueing? A rotation for the abs. Now add on your toes pulling back. 10, 2, good. 3, your belly's in. 4, the way to modify this posture if you need to is your legs go up higher. Let's do 4 more, 3 more, 2. And then take a little breather and just hug your legs in. Your neck is soft. And then we're going to take one leg up and one leg about 45 degrees. Let me show you the modification first. Single straight leg stretch is how you stretch a hamstring and you work your abs. So if you'd like to add on, you can come up with your hands beside you if you'd like, kind of hovering above the floor. Or if you would like a modification, we're going to take the hands behind the head. So either way, add toes back, just do 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to feel your tummy. 7, 8, 9. Take a moment to pull your legs in. Now both thighs come up. Your hands are down beside your hips. Draw a circle on the sky. This is corkscrew. This is modified corkscrew. And you can take it bigger if you would like. You can take it smaller if you need. Now, if you're feeling pretty good, you're going to add a hip lift at 12 o'clock. That's a little harder. That's abdominals. So you can do a circle. You could add a hip lift and then do a circle the other way. Officially, this is up to shoulder blades. And then you draw down. So if you're feeling inspired and you want to take a super advanced one, you can go up to your shoulder blades and around. Otherwise, try 4 more or so. 4. The goal here is to work the abs without the neck. 3. And shoulder blades down. 2. And then 1. We're taking a happy baby here just to neutralize everything. So reach your hands to your feet, pull your knees down. Relax your shoulders as well. We're going to put a couple of moves together now. Take those long legs and let's call them scissor legs. That's the main move. Now with your hands behind your head, if you would like to add on, rotate and you're flexing the spine and rotating, which means you're working the obliques. At this moment, we're pointing our toes. We like to work those ankles and the nerves. So now we're going to pull the toes back for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, this is going to be the letter V stretch. So take your legs out like a big V. Pull your toes back, and I'm helping out that stretch with the hands. So they're helping get into a place of edge of mild discomfort. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then let your feet down, and this is going to be bridge. Now together we'll do 5 bridges where you really think about moving the spine a segment at a time. So your flexibility, you're articulating. Lower back especially. And try another. Now you can do that again, or if you would like to take some roll-ups, you can take your arms overhead, tuck the chin, go up and over, and feel a little stretch here. Reach, and then roll down. Good, so please make it your own. Good, Betty, that's great. Exhale, tuck the chin if you're coming up. And try 3 more if you're doing the roll up. And then we're going to meet together in bridge. Try 2 more, breathe in. And on your exhale, you're coming up, you're tucking the chin, you're controlled. There's a little stretch right here, good. Yep, the modification would be to bend your knees. Good call. 1 more, inhale. Slow and controlled. Over, there's a good hamstring stretch. Who doesn't need that? Good. And that's right, Catherine, you're going to meet me in bridge. Now the feet are back in on the floor in a line with your knee and your hips, and then you're going up in bridge. Now the neck is soft. You're only ever going up to your shoulder blades on bridge. You're trying not to turn the neck on these. It's really better just to listen to the audio so that you don't turn your neck if there's any kind of body weight near your neck at all. So try 3 more. They wake up the glutes, and most people do have some gluteal amnesia, or if you've had to sit for a while, this is just a great one to do. Now we're going to be holding this one up. So hold here, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lower your spine, lower your left leg, and lengthen your right leg up. Now it's going to be a pointed leg, and you're going to draw circles. This is leg circles. Your shoulders are down. This is going to feel like abs again. You see our theme right now, we're working in abdominal blocks. 5, but your head is down. If it's hard to keep the head down, put a pillow there. Actually, do 10. I think I called 8, but let's do 10. Let's go for the big 10. All right, other direction. Now, the bigger the circle, the harder it is to maintain lumbopelvic stability, meaning your ribs are on the floor, your pelvis is stable, shoulders are on the mat, scapular stability, stretching out that hip. Generally, circle movements like this are great for the hips. Now on this last one, take your hands underneath your leg or thigh or wherever you can reach and do a hamstring stretch, same leg. Those of you that want to add on, your hand can go to your toes. You can tuck your chin up. You can lift up your other leg. So if you don't, just do that hamstring stretch. 10, feel your belly pull in. 9, good, I love it, Betty. 8, yep, 7, 6, yep, that's a nice modification, Catherine. Just to put that left hand behind the head, terrific modification. All right, relax. Now, the other leg's gonna do that whole series, and to challenge your brain for neuroplasty, see if you can remember the pattern. So the first pattern was 10 leg circles. Breathe in and out through your nose. Try to breathe fuller and longer breaths than you would in everyday life. This is your chance to work the body, the mind, and the breath. Ribs down. Now after that 10th one, go the other way. Your circle can usually be bigger than your body performs at first. So see if with your conscious attention, you can make a bigger circle and lubricate that hip joint. These kind of motions are really good for the hip. Make sure nothing hurts though. Limit the range of motion if anything hurts you, if you have something going on. All right, after that 10th one, hold that leg into a hamstring stretch. I like to add the toes moving forward and back as well. Pull back the toes. Now the next move was possible add-ons. You could reach for your toe and you're in a crunch. You could lift up your other leg. And your hand could be classically on the thigh, or if you need that little neck support, just put it behind your head. I'm going to take a look at you so I can cue. Good. 10, yeah. 8, 7, come up a little bit more, Betty, if you want to, and chin tuck and see if that feels better. 4, 3, 2, and then recover, and then hug both legs in. Just kind of do a little rock and roll. Now this is called double leg stretch. So let me show you with the head down modification. Arms and legs stretch out, then hug your shins. Stretch everything out and then hug your shins. Now we're going to add on a neural pattern for the foot. Point your toes out, flex your foot as you bring them in. Point your toes out, flex. One more add on if you'd like. Come up in your torso, point, flex, point, flex. Now you can also modify with the hands behind your head. Point, flex, point, flex. 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, and then feet down, bridge up. Take the right leg up in the air and just take 5 leg pulls. Really point that ankle, really flex it. Hips are level. If you need a modification, just do both-footed bridge. Right foot down, left leg up. Point and flex. 2, stretch that ankle. 3, keep the hips level. 4, and then 5. Now, both feet on the floor. You could do bridges here, up and down with both feet on the floor, Or if you'd like to play around with something called teaser, you lie down, your feet are on a shelf, and you come up to teaser. Now you can come back down, bending the knees. I'll do 2 like this. This is teaser, and then a harder teaser is everything's down and everything's up and everything's down, but you hover the hands, you hover the feet. Everything's up. So just take 2 more of whatever you're doing. 2, love that, and 1. All right, come on up. That was a fun abdominal block, don't you think? Let's grab some tea. That was super fun. I am going to use a foam roller on this next block. This is the opposite muscle groups, my other favorite muscle group area. The back, the upper back, the posture back. Now we're going to be belly down, legs long, and hands on pretty wide. Well, not hands, your forearms. So knife your arms down if you're using a foam roller. That's right, Betty, at the head end. And you inhale your torso end up. Your inhale lifts you and your exhale lowers you. Good, coming up. Ooh, how gratifying are those? Up and lower and up and lower, and breathe in and up. Now we're going to hold it up. 10, 2, good. 3, that's it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lower. We're going to do that 2 more times of 10. So inhale, come up. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and lower. All right, 1 more time. Here we go. Come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and recover. Now we're going to leave the foam roller long, just kind of out of the way for a moment. So your hands are going to be able to do breaststroke. So I'm actually going to make sure I have enough room here. The arms are going to do humongous circles is what I mean. So go big humongous circles even down to your thighs. And every time you're going to be lifting up your back, and your back doesn't get any help. In other words, your hands aren't pushing on the floor. Eight, 9, and 10. Now imagine that you're doing the other kind of swimming. Yeah, nice windshield wipe, very good. Your other kind of swimming is right arm out, left arm out. Then you lift up the right arm and the left leg, the left arm, right leg. Now check your neck before we add on. It's the arm's lifting, but the neck doesn't get cranky. Now if you want to make it harder, everything's off the ground and you continue swimming. Breathe in. And then exhale. I'm going to have you either windshield wipe or do a child's pose. We're not done with our back work, but we are going to just take a little reprieve. You could do it knee sway or a child's pose. And oops, make sure that's okay. Check that if you want. And then come back down to do a full swan, and it's going to be a full swan plus the legs. So what we'll do is start with your upper body, and then your hands help you up to higher than you would be able to go. And then you can lower your torso, and then your legs can come up. Now your legs are going to go down, lift your back. I'm not using my arms yet, and then use the arms. Lower your torso, try to let your arms finish your descent, or without your arms, and then your legs lift up really high, your legs lower, and then your torso lifts, and then your hands help you. Keep going. This is a nice controlled motion. Your glutes are getting activated, and most people do have some gluteal amnesia, so we always do something for our upper back and our glutes, glute medius. Now, if you want to make it harder and you're up, you could let go and catch once. You could let go and catch a few times. You could just do these slow-mo as well. So listen to your body, down and up. Good, down. Nice. And let's just do a few more. Breathe in. And then again, I'm gonna offer either a windshield wipe or a child pose. Please take what your body needs. If your knees don't like all that flexion, let's say you have an injury in your knee, you can just go back part way. There you go. I see you now. Good. You're back in. Sometimes yours breaks in and out, Betty. I'm not sure why, but I see you now. So good. All right, now we're going to do a exercise for the glutes and hamstrings. Let your arms be your pillow. Lift up your legs and tap the feet together while the toes are off the floor. Actually, keep the knees long, Cat. There you go. All right, about 20 of those, 20 to 30. Let's do this 10 more. Recover for a moment, and then we're going to do a flutter as if you're swimming laps. So flutter, tight flutter, flutter, flutter. 10 more. And then recover for just a moment. This next is the bow pose. Bend one knee. See if your hand will find that foot or ankle. Bend your other knee. See if your other hand will find that foot or ankle. Come up, breathe in, lift. Lower, and we're going to do it again. Here we go. Inhale, lift. And recover. All right, child pose. Push your hips back, toes curl under, and stretch. And this is a good chance to grab a sip. Nice. Now we're going to work some abs in different planes. So this is abs in different planes. So last time we did some supine abs. Now you're on your arm. The other thing I like about this is it challenges the abs without the neck really. So keep your legs glued and go up and down. I had to move this transmitter for the microphone so it doesn't dig in my hip, but keep going. 5, and now this is some tone you want to feel, but you don't want to feel tension in your neck. And 10 more. Good. 4, 5, good. 6, 7. Now that's great. If you want to keep doing that, do that. If you want to add 5 of these upper bodies with me, you can. But let's say that's stressful to your neck. You can use your hand, by the way, as a modification. That was 5. Now, if you want to add 5 banana boats, you can. You can also just stay with what you are doing. Long arms and knees are harder. Bent is a little easier. So just do 5 of somethings. That's good for you. Good. And right now I'm doing a challenge of slowing it down. That's going to make it harder. So I'm slowing it down. Lowering especially, right? And then 1 more. Ta-da! Now we're going to do everything on the other side. That was great. This is lower half first. We did 20 arms here. The first offer is 20 of these double side leg lifts. Here's some work right here. So if you're proprioceptive like me, that hand helps me put my mind on it. Resist gravity, so it's not just the up, but it's the down as well that you're controlling. Okay, now upper body you could add on 5, that's this one way, here's another way, 4, good, 3, you just want to feel a little bit more work in here, 2, now you read my mind, you know where we're going up if you would like, here's a bent knee variation, good, and 2, and 3, four, and 5. Really good, guys. Grab a sip. We're still in this abdominal block where we work our abdominals in a different plane. Now I'm going to grab a prop to demonstrate this next. Actually, I'm going to grab two. So some people, you may like a block nearby, and you may like, this is just a little towel that is a prop for a joint. So I'm going to show a couple things you could do. You could put a prop underneath a knee if your knee feels sensitive at all. So if you have a thin mat, or if your bone's just like that, or you're superficial, if your bones are pretty superficial to the skin, you'll like that pad. So that's an idea. You may like this, but you don't have to. I'll show you in a minute. We're going to do our abs first. 5. This is one way to do things. This is an easier way if you're feeling like it's too hard or you're in your neck. So just play around with it. Here's another way that's a little harder. Good. And I'm trying to frame my ears evenly. Now, we are adding a rotation. Michelle, go that way and then come up. So dip towards your block and then come up. That ought to feel harder. Does that make sense? So you're going away from the leg that's extended. Yes, so you're going away and then you come up just to here. Feel there's tension. I don't even like to come all the way up. If I go too far, I won't feel anything, right? So I just go in that tension zone where I'm working. Right about there, I'll lose it. 7, but if you go lower here, it's harder. So 2 more. We're going to add on a pulse. Find a place that feels especially challenging and take 10, 2, 3. Good. 4, 5, 6. Now you're going to exhale your way up. Your hand is on your leg, your shin. Go over. I'm careful not to push my knee down. Rotate forward. Rotate up. Breathe in. This hand goes to the block. If you have that and you want that, it's just an option. Your other foot's back. So you could do this with a block, a foam roller, Betty. Brilliant. I didn't say it and you did it. Or you could just use the floor. So I'm going to demonstrate all sorts of ways. 10. Now really lift that hip up. You're active. You're not just hanging out towards the floor. It's like really active. Lengthen, push. 5, 4, 3, 2. That bottom leg is pushing forward. Now here we go. Come up and let's do this on the other. Your shin, if you like the protection. I've decided I do on this mat. Your foot's out. All right. You could put this handy if you want it because it's going to be on the other side. Yeah. Now inhale. You're away. You're dipping away from the leg that's long. Good. Your here is working. Good. Yep, Catherine, that pillow probably feels really good. It may lend a tiny bit of instability, but that's okay as long as you're doing it controlled and slow. It won't throw you off. Up. There you are. Yep. 2, 3. Now I'm paying attention because guess what the arms are going to try to do? This number. They're going to try to kind of lead me, right? So I'm going to try to keep them in the same place. Are we adding our rotation? Yeah. Nice. All right, I like it. You're dipping lower if you want it harder. Your wrists are easy, by the way. It's real easy to accidentally cock them. We are going to be doing a rotation. Sorry, we're going to be doing a pulse. I should have said pulse. Okay, try to find a place that's really challenging. 5, 6, try to do 10 of those. 7, 8. Get ready. Use this one last oblique exercise to come up and over. 10, 2. Rotate down. Feels so good. And inhale and rotate up. This hand that's in the air is either going to go to a block a foam roller or the floor, please choose. I'm just going to demo a few ways. The back foot, so this is really key too. The back foot goes back. The top of the foot's on the floor so that when you push forward, you feel the front of your ankle, the front of your shin muscle, the extensor digitorums. Lift up your heart. I'll show it without. The block's nice too because you can mix it all sorts of ways. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Really good. Now before we move on, let's do something that's called a Ustrasana. And it's a yoga pose. You may even use your block back here, by the way. So it's a couple things. It could be this. See how I can touch my heel? Let me make sure. Good. And yeah, try the other one, other side, I mean. Now you can do that one-sided stuff again, or you can do both. This is up to you. Or if you're in the middle, put your hands on your sacrum and just lift your heart. 5. Good. 4. I've got a little chin tuck for me. 3, 2, and then 1, and then relax. We're going to do a couple of challenges for youth function. This is one option. You actually grab a sip, but you can sit down on your block if you're kind of close to kneeling. So kneeling is a really nice thing to be able to do, and it looks like this. Good. And remember, you can use the block. Now, you can actually go back further. That may be you. Good. You can lift your hips here, and this is like camel. Just do what you can and not what hurts. You don't have to do this. Most people probably can't, but you can go back. This is a hero pose. Take an inhale, and then exhale. We'll come up. Now, the next one is a squat. So what I want to do is just touch these functional youth challenges. So this is a squat. Now a modification. The block sure does come handy because let's say you're pretty close. You can always just sit on the block. You could also do happy baby. I like to add the hand stretch so the hands get some attention. They do so much for us during the day. Yeah, I love that. You did it already. That's wonderful. A functional challenge that you could add on to is that you stand from here. Your heels are really heavy. And good. And you see how I'm putting my hands out to show no hands. And then you're back down. So that's all possible. Good. One other thing you could do is one leg down. So I'll just say which one I'm using, although you can do it either way. Right foot. So the left foot, now you curl the toes, you come up. No hands is the goal. You come back down. Now that may be all you do, but what you could do is sit, because booty down's harder. Now, the other foot comes in front, so I'm seated. I push. Now this back foot, you can curl the toes under. You don't have to, but you can also just stand up. Stand, no hands. Good. This is getting better. Feel it? And then return the other way. So it's now you're controlling it. You're not just landing on your knee. You never just slam your knee down, right? And you try not to plop in life. You don't just sit into a chair by collapsing, right? Nice. Now this one's a little different. If you want to do the other ones, great, but you crisscross applesauce, you come up. You crisscross applesauce, you come down. Do the best you can, or come up another way, or use your block, Catherine, that's another thing. Or you could do a stretch. Other, and then down. Now you can choose any way you want to come up. You come up. So I'll just do the other side. Grab a sip. We're going to do a balance challenge. Now you guys are all really wonderful at this because we do balances on our feet about every day of the week, don't we? Yeah. So what we're going to do is a pattern because for neuroplasty, you would like to remember things with exercise. So the first is tree. Then we're going to do a quad stretch, and then we're going to do dancer. So tree, quad, dancer. So each one's going to be for 10. Now the next one is going to be a quad stretch. I'm just turning so you can see a different view. and so that the wall's not in my way. Now the next one you could do is a dancer. Push your foot into your hand. So these are, balance on one-legged is functional youth challenge. If you're up for one more, do a warrior 3, stretch out everything. Take an inhale and then come back and rest for just a moment. Good, so one-legged standing balance is functional youth, really good. Lift and spread your toes. Try the other foot, tree. I'll step back for the camera view. About 10 on everything we're doing about 10 counts. Take another inhale. Now this hand is going to take a quad stretch. All right, you're going to be adding on a dancer pose. And if you would like to add on a warrior 3, I'm going to turn my body so it's probably going to try to be parallel to the floor. It's okay if there's a diagonal. 10. Slowly come back up. Woo! And the next one is going to be push-ups. So I'm going to offer that we do 15. And you can do them anywhere you want to. You can do them on your toes. You can do a plank instead if you need to be off your wrist. So just something of that nature so that you have this thing in your mind that you want to do. 15. Think of it as in the past, I don't think they do this anymore, but the President's Challenge for Physical Fitness. So you're giving yourself this goal that you can do. Looking good. Oh, I like that. Looking good. And then, Catherine, we're going to do a minute plank. I was telling Catherine because you were standing waiting. So we're going to do a minute plank. So if you need to move your camera, I'm going to be tilting my gaze up to my clock. But when you're ready, we're going to do forearm and toes as an option. If you need to do it another way or want to, you can. So I'm going to say on your mark, get set, go. We're going to do a minute challenge. That's it. Now, I love a breathing pattern when I'm doing something. So you can do a mantra that comes to you, but one is inhale, I feel good. Exhale, I feel strong. I feel good, inhale. I feel strong. I feel good. 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 Good. I feel strong. You're almost there. 10 more seconds. I feel good. I feel strong. I feel good. I feel strong. I feel good. And I feel strong. Now, you can take a counter pose, which would be Sphinx or Cobra. This is, or child pose, that's all good. So counter pose. Breathe in. And terrific job. We'll do a 30-second plank on our side. That's going to be our challenge. A lot of these are going to feel easy to you because you do these with me most days of the week. So it'll just be like a form of maintenance. Now what you can do is make it harder with the tree pose if you would like in that side plank. I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1 count, guys. So 3, 2, 1, and we're off for 30 seconds. That's it. I feel good, I feel strong is an optional mantra. Maybe you have another one. That's 10. 15. And 20. Your hip looks good, Michelle. 25. Now lower with care with your hip, and I'll be giving us the countdown of 3, 2, 1, but we're going to do a side plank. My offer is to add a tree pose with that. All right, get ready. Your foot can be in a good place, and you're 3, 2, 1, and come up and hold. That looks good too. Good. I feel good. Breathe in. I feel strong. I feel good. I feel strong. I feel good. I feel strong. Halfway there. Feel good. I feel strong. I feel good. I feel strong. I feel good. I feel strong. I feel good. I feel strong. Inhale, exhale, lower. Really good job. I'm going to grab my foam roller for this one. It's going to be a reverse plank. And we haven't timed these before, so what I'm going to do is offer us 30 seconds, but you might do reverse plank. You might do, a bridge instead. So let your ankles come up if you're doing the foam roller. That's so I don't bend my knees backwards, because even I need to have a cue on this one. So toes, I'm going to give us a 3, 2, 1 count, guys. 3, 2, 1, lift. All right, I feel good. I feel strong. And we're already at 5. So oh, that's good, Michelle. I like the bridging. That's 10, or the reverse table. Good. Hang in there strong. This is 15. Good. Hang in there. 20. And it may be that your hands, if you push them harder, you can get off the wrist somewhat. So try 5, 4, 3. We'll give them stretch 2 and recover. That was good. Now let's do a stretch. You can sit any way you want. Put one arm forward and take your other fingers and pull. Relax your shoulders. That was great. We'll have to make up some more, won't we? Of those challenges. So I'll do a little research. Find some more that we can do for calisthenics. All right, the other side of that hand is to pull the fingers down. Now your elbows are long. Yes. Breathe in. Now, you feel that stretch. Pull the fingers back. Pull your elbow long. Ah, boy, one hand can feel so much different than the other. Yep. Make sure you've gotten both sides of the front, and this is the second side. Nice. This is one for the ulnar nerve. So take your thumb and your first finger together like you're making an OK signal. Now flip it so your fingers are under your jaw and you're trying to circle your eyes. You're also lifting up your elbows. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really good job. Grab a sip, and we'll do a few of our I want to do a couple movements for hips. Michelle, I'd love it if you text me and tell me if these feel good for you or not. If you get a chance, listen to your body. So these generally are really good for the hip, but I want everyone to listen to their body. So lie on your arm, and it's a pillow. And it seems so easy because it doesn't take any equipment. So just think about 5 very large circles. So go forward, go up. Now you're trying not to tip over, so you've got some stability. Go up, but just go as big as you can. I mean, really, it's almost like the letter D. Go behind you. Listen to your body. If you have something that does not feel good, limit your range of motion, but think big, big, big. We're not just doing 10 quick ones here. We're trying to do a range of motion. So generally, this is good for the hip, super good for the hip. Now go backwards, go back, and I've got some stability in my body so that my body doesn't wobble with this big long lever, this leg. My body's got some stability. Now let's add our breath. Inhale. That's a great stretch right there. I hope you're getting it 4. I hope it feels good. Up and 5. Now we're on our side, and just put your hand up, grab something. I'm gonna grab my toes because I can reach them. I'm gonna try to lengthen my knees, but I want you to grab whatever you need to, okay? 10, 2, yeah, 3, yep, there you go. Now I'm trying to lengthen my knee. That's the subtle work I'm doing. Breathe in, inhale, and let this leg down, guys, and just let it stretch. Now the bottom leg, lift up, point, draw circles, big. Flex, draw circles, big. And then let's do everything on the other side. I'm gonna take my arm as a pillow, but you can certainly use a real pillow. And take the goal is really big circle unless you have pain. Go forward. Yep, do that, Michelle. Go up, go way, 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 way back. So I have to use my bottom leg to stabilize, or this hand a little bit. That's okay. Good, go up, or go forward, up, 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 up. Really stretch. 4, up, 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 unless something hurts. We got one more for 5. Up, 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 big, 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 big back. Now, back. I can't go any further, so then I try to lift up high. I control the leg so it doesn't just flop to the ground and go way back. Good, breathe. That inhale helps you lift, extend. 2. So I'm hoping it feels very good. It should feel very therapeutic. Go up. Now we're gonna take a stretch. So grab something. I'm gonna grab my toes. Good, awesome. Good, and relax your neck. Me, I'm trying to lengthen my knee. Yeah, I'm tighter in my hamstring, inner thigh, yeah. 10, the bottom foot helps a little bit because it's sort of bracing you or framing you. 5, good. 4, your neck is soft, you're not tightening anything you don't need, your jaw is relaxed. Okay, I hope that felt great. Take that leg ahead. Now the bottom leg's gonna draw big circles, but it won't be as big because it's on the inner thigh here. 3, 4, flex the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's take a nice stretch. You can ankle the thigh, reach your hand through the window, and let's see if that feels amazing. You can rock a little bit. Ooh, yeah. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, take that other one, ankle the thigh, and reach your hand through. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to grab our foam roller. Actually, grab a sip and then grab our foam roller. And take, so you can just kind of notice how do your hips feel. Take your quads on top of the foam roller. Yeah, I said that right. Take your quads on top of the foam roller. Now you're still using some plank muscles, and Catherine, I'd love to see if this helps your knees. And then actually, Michelle, I'd love to see if any of this helps your hip, just as a form of support or relief. So even if it's not the etiology of pain, you can get a lot of relief when the muscles aren't adding extra tension around the joint. So let's toe out. Now that's like Charlie Chaplin. You feel more inner quad there. Now toe in as if you're pigeon-toed. Yeah. And then see if that's a little bit more outer quad. Now be neutral, like I'll toe 10 toes are facing the floor. And if you want to, add your knee bend and your straightening. So that's going to be a little more quad. Now deviate and get the left leg a little bit more than the right. Just kind of shift over so your left leg's getting more rolling. And then get your right leg a little bit more than your left. Now get on more IT. And this is kind of where I'm curious, Michelle, if this helps your hip a little, just by releasing some IT, because it can pull in the hip. But again, if that's not the etiology, then maybe you won't. I want to know. I used to have a little hip pain when I was racing bikes because my left leg's a little shorter, so my IT would kind of jam my hip, and I could get rid of it in just less than a minute of rolling. So I like to share that story because sometimes something can feel like pain in the joint, but it's the muscle or the fascia around it. So anything we can do to support our body, why not? If you go like if you face the floor a little, you get that outer quad, that vastus lateralis, and you get some of your TFL, that muscle near the front hip. But just explore. You are an individual who's been doing different activities and built differently your whole life, then you may know your body. What does it need? 10, 5, 2, 1. Let's try the other, guys. So sometimes I like to just notice that feels better. If I touch it, it's like not so tough. Try the other. IT. One foot on the floor kind of supports your body weight some if that's a harder posture. Now you can go all the way as high as the hip if you want, towards the greater trochanter. Deviate down a little. There's that TFL if you're kind of rotating down. And you're rolling, you can go all the way towards the knee, but leave a couple inches so that you don't roll on the knee. You can roll back a little. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. And then I always think, Betty, you like this one, I think. Right ankle to left thigh. Now, what I'm trying to do is if I'm stretching out my right hip, I'm rolling out my right hip. So what I'm trying to do is roll out the same hip that I'm stretching. See if you can notice your sacrum, there's attachments there, and then all the way to your greater trochanter, sacrum to greater trochanter. Yep, and if you lean back, it's a little bit more glute medius. If you're more upright, and I know sometimes it's a matter of where your wrist can be comfortable, right? So just see what you find. 10. I got some good feedback from you guys last week when we added some rolling, so I'm really pleased when you can just let me know what works for you, what doesn't. Ooh, okay, so I just changed sides and I noticed one side's tighter. It's my shorter side. See what you notice. Then you know, oh, if you're having pain around that joint, maybe you can roll it. See what happens. Yeah, and try greater trochanter, try sacrum. Breathe, also do breathing in the nose, out the nose. Go back. 5, 4, 3, kind of getting all the areas. 2, and one area we're going to get to, we got this last week, it's just upper back. And sometimes you don't even know your upper back has trigger points in it, but what happens is the front of your body's forward and it gives your rhomboids trigger points. So just see what you notice. Lift up your hips a little, place your head in your hands. And you could do a back bend here, like a slight extension. You can roll left a little. You can roll right a little. You can do flexion. You know, you can sort of discover what works for you. I kind of feel good with all the positions. I feel kind of good benefit, but the slight extension definitely helps with a rib that I sometimes have that rotates out. So sometimes you can even feel your bone go back in the right place. So 5, 4, 3, feel all those attachments on your shoulder blade. Now just for a moment, lie on your roller. This is a passive, so you don't have to work at this one. This one is more passive. So upper back is along the roller and you're in a big old Y. I like to add another stretch where it's called bound angle. Breathe in. Take another inhale. We're going to do another stretch for the upper back, and you might like your block. I'll demo just in case. So if you have your block handy, it's on the end of your foam roller where your head is. In other words, it could be like this. Now listen to your body. It could be your own way. Could be flatter. Where does your neck feel like there's no tension? Your main goal is to get that upper back, that part of your back that might feel the most round. Stretch. With every exhale, you can release. Now you can take a tuck of your chin. I like to use my hands. Yeah, and then lift up your sacral area and put the foam roller underneath that area. That's a good stretch, but if you can handle it even longer, you can lengthen both knees, and then it's kind of like where the glutes meet the hamstring. That's a nice place. I don't feel any extra tension in the low back, and I don't want you to either. What I see looks really good. Michelle, it looks really good. Betty, Catherine, love it. So just let the hip flexors go. They attach the upper body to the lower body, so they might take a little longer, but we'll just hold another 5. Now, the next one could be that your foam roller's underneath your knees, and just see, does that help your back feel good? Your palms can face up. See what it feels like. And breathe in an energy, a mantra if you want, of rejuvenation. And another way to say that is you connecting with your higher you, or you merging with the higher you. Pure potentiality, all of the creative possibilities in this world. We'll do an energy of rejuvenation again. Breathe in. Breathe in rejuvenation. And just let everything go. We don't need it. We don't get many sacred moments like this just to let go of our mind's tendency to figure things out. We're going to tap into that rejuvenation energy where all the creative energy lies. Now, whenever you're ready, you can come up to a seated position and just with as much ease as you can, sneak in a lateral flexion. So the other side, once, 1, 2. Go into a rotation. Go into a rotation. And then whenever you're ready, face center. And when you lift your arms, you might even have an image that you're just capturing rejuvenation. The same miracle energy that created beautiful mountains, beautiful lakes, clouds, all these miracles, we're catching that rejuvenation energy and we're merging it with us. We are of that same energy that created worlds, that created beautiful landscapes, views, hikes, birds. How amazing is that? Today is a day full of miracles and creative energy in this rejuvenated state with so much appreciation. Thank you guys so much.